Welcome to Sweden and the global webinar Meet Yourself. Experience the power of silence. My name is Pia Webb. I'm the silent coach and I'm called Tysta coachen in Swedish. During this webinar, you will be watching the fire and I will guide you through the power of silence. How to support you to follow your own intuition and listen to what it has to say and then act upon it. So it's great to have you all here. We will have a discussion afterwards where you can all ask questions. I think we should start off right away with an intention. So if you all have a paper and pen nearby, get ready for the first question. Imagine that everything is possible for you. How would you like to feel when the session is over? Take a few moments now in silence to reflect on the question and write down your answer. Okay. Now you can fold the paper and put it in your pocket. I like to start off by telling you a story. When I was 15 years old, I was actually, without knowing it, practicing the power of silence. And I have my dad to thank for this. This is the story. I mean, no one is perfect. When I was 15, I learned to steal clothes. There was an older girl who taught us how to use can openers to take away the alarm. And this became an obsession for me. I could go into Stockholm and just fill a whole bag with clothes. And it was like, it felt really good. It was definitely something that I was addicted to. And then when I was coming home to my hometown, I thought, oh, I could do with another pair of jeans. So I went to the local clothes shop in my town and took a pair of jeans. But this time they stopped me at the till and they asked me, excuse me, can we have a look in your bag? And I was like, yeah, no problem. And they said, we thought you were quite long in the changing room. And have you, we have those jeans there that you have in your bag and you haven't bought anything from the shop. So we're wondering if you're actually stolen these. No. Okay, well, can we see the receipt then, please? Sorry, but I don't have a receipt. Okay. Then we give you two options. We either call the police or that your parents will come. I said, okay, then you can bring my parents. So then my dad comes. I was so scared at this point. Didn't know what to do. I thought, okay, I just have to keep pretending. And then my dad arrives and they tell a story that they think I've been stealing these jeans, and say to my dad, your daughter, she doesn't have a receipt for any of the clothes or these jeans that she has in her bag. And then my dad says, well, I don't save receipts either. In the end, they ask, okay, do you believe us or do you believe your daughter? Well, I believe my daughter. I don't think she's stolen the jeans. So then they let us leave. And this was such an embarrassing moment for me. We walked to the car. I can still, to this day, remember the feeling. I was sitting in the front, and my dad, he says nothing. He's completely quiet. And there are so many emotions going through my head. We come home, and he still doesn't say anything. 35 years later, to this day, he's never said a word about this event. And what do you think happened after? I didn't steal a thing, not even a little sweet. The power of silence helped me to reflect in my own time, feel my feelings, and also take responsibility for my actions. So with this said, I like to inspire you all to be role models for the silence, the power of the silence. What if all of us that are listening in today, from this moment, really use the power of silence for our advantage and to help others? We all know what's right and wrong. It's when people tell us that we've done wrong, when we already know we've done wrong. It pushes us even further away from the person, and we get a lot of guilt and shame. But if we instead practice the silence and let everyone learn by their own mistakes and follow their own path, I think the world will be a better place. And I believe that if my dad had acted differently, I think I would have continued stealing clothes. And I would probably had ended up in a lot of trouble. But instead, he gave me the time to reflect and be responsible and not blaming me. So that's the story. That's really, inspired me over the years. And I'm so thankful to my dad. And he doesn't even know that he's taught me the power of silence. Yeah. So I like you all to take a few moments now to reflect on if you have used the power of silence and what the result have been. Okay. Any thoughts that's come up, write them down and reflect on them. I'm going to move the fire a bit. Let you look at the sunrise. Yeah. Smoke. Yeah. It's quite amazing that, in nature, we allow everything to be as it is. Beautiful, ugly, wet, rainy, stormy, cold, warm. What if we accepted all parts of ourselves? How would our lives be? Yeah, that's something I'm trying to do in my life. I follow my intuition, I listen to what my body tells me, and I accept whatever is going on at this moment in time. But I also take responsibility for dealing with issues that come up. And that's where I like to inspire you during this session, to really go inwards and take the opportunity to really feel what you're feeling and act upon what you truly want or what comes to you, necessary actions that you need to do for your own well-being. This webinar could actually transform your life here and now. You will be asked a few questions, and please take the opportunity to really follow your intuition and what your body tells you, and then act upon it. Yeah, I'm an author of the book Improve Your Own Quality of Life, the Swedish Way. And it came out 10 years ago. And there are 3 words in that book that I think today is really all you need. And yourself and the forest with a journal, something to write in. Let me share you the 3 words that I'm talking about. If you want to improve your life, transform your life, you need to want to do it. And the 3 steps that I teach is, 1 is to act upon wanting to do it. So you do something for yourself. You invest time, like you all have done. You have taken the first step. You're here. You're invested time to be part of this webinar. So you're here now for your own. You're all free to attend. No one's forced you to be here. It's a conscious decision that you've made. So congratulations. And now you have the opportunity to take the next 2 steps. Step 2 is to reflect. And during this hour, this time, you will get the opportunity to reflect on whatever comes up within yourself. And write it down and feel your feelings and emotions and thoughts. And then we come to step 3. And step 3 is to act by making a conscious decision. So, when you leave the session, you will, if you want to, have written down your first step to make a change in your life that your body, your intuition have told you is necessary to do, and that you now feel you're motivated to act upon. So during this session, you can write down, so you have these 3 steps on your paper. You're here, you're investing in your own quality of life. Number 1, you want to. Number 2, you're reflecting during this hour on your life because you want to. 3, you're acting consciously to improve your life because you want to. So, with that said, I'd like you all to close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your nose or your mouth, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Take another 2 breaths. Okay. Now, continue having your eyes closed and ask yourself, how do I feel right now? Okay, take a deep breath in and out. Now write down what's come to you. Now, I'd like you to look at what you've written down and ask yourself, why am I feeling like this right now? And write down your answer. Okay. Now that you look at your answer, ask yourself, how can I sustain the good things that come up or the things that was not so good that came up? How can I alter them? What can I do? What would be a first step to sustain or to make a change to my current situation? Write down your answer. Okay. I must say that all of you that have joined in to this live webinar, you are so brave and you are such role models. And I'm really hoping that you're taking this time to really listen to your inner voice and dare to follow what your instinct, intuition is telling you. Let's take a few moments in silence just to reflect on how you're feeling at the moment. Okay. Take a deep breath. If any thoughts or feelings, anything come up, take a moment and write it down. Okay. Before we go ahead, I thought I'd show you a bit of the surroundings here in Sweden. It's called Dalarna. It's 4 hours north of Stockholm, the capital of Sweden. And here is the little fire that I've lit today for you all. And look what's behind. Can you see? Here we have elk poo. The elk, they love to be here up on the hill. So look at this view. I take you around to see it. In this little village, just on the other side here, up there, 300 people live. And a lot of people here are self-sufficient. They grow their own crops and live simple. Some people live in what we call tiny houses. Look. And in this village, I actually run a farm for youth called 4-H, City Farms in English. And it's in 70 countries in the world. And we teach children to learn by doing. It's so inspirational. And the children are our future. So my aim is to teach them to really dare to follow their inner feelings and believe that everything is possible. So we teach them to live off-grid without electricity and teach them to be self-sufficient and to lead themselves. So, yeah. So now, before we start with the next question, I'm going to go and find some moss because I'm going to teach you a way that I use to get my breathing down or to really connect with nature. It's called white moss and it is actually green. Look, this. So what I do, I take it up and I put it towards my nose. So you take it to your nose and you breathe it in through your nose and out of your nose. So like this. So in and out of the nose, so you close your mouth. And this is an amazing way to really connect with nature and find the inner peace. And your body just reacts by actually starting to breathe with your belly more. So it's such a good way to get yourself back in the now. That's what I like. So I wanted to share this with you because that's from my own experience. I've been out here in the wilderness for 4 years with youth, and I worked a lot with crisis management and off-grid living, and I love it. So this is what I developed now, the Silent Coach, Tysta Coachen, that I realized that we don't actually need much more than the silence in nature, a journal, something to write in, and the fire and the motivation to wanting to improve your life. So I'm so happy that you're all continuing to be on here on the live webinar, and I think we should start with some more questions, continue with some more questions. So if you all sit straight back, take a few deep breaths. If you're sitting inside and you feel that the air isn't the best, I would recommend that you can open a window. And if you have any flowers at home or anything you like to smell natural that you have, you can try also to breathe this in to help you to connect. Yeah, you have lots of tips on these things that I can share with you afterwards also. Okay. Just settle back. Find a position that's comfortable for you. Hmm. What are you motivated to do to really improve your life starting after this session? Close your eyes and just feel what comes to you. Okay. You can open your eyes and write down any thoughts, feelings, whatever. Write it down. Okay. I will fix with the fire a bit. As you can see, it's turning into ashes. I don't recommend you touch with your hands, but this is just me. So anyway, thank God we are adults and are allowed to do what we want. So what I do now, I'm just trying to make it so it can burn a bit more with fire. I also try to let the fire burn out completely. I think it's a nice way to look after the fire, to let it burn down. I'm going to tell you now a way that I use the fire to really transform my life. There are two very important tools that I use with clients and for myself. And that is there anything that I don't want to have in my life anymore? That I'm fed up with, that I've had enough with? It could be as simple as things that I get annoyed with from other people. Or people that I have in my life that I don't understand why I have. Or things that are annoying, that maybe I get annoyed by tiny little things, and I'm wondering, why am I continuing to be annoyed that the towel is hanging on the left instead or the right at home, or whatever it is? I can take the fire as a help. I write it down and say, it's enough of this now. Me being triggered. I'm going to let go of it, and I'm actually going to take control of it. So I write everything down that I'm triggered about, and I'm thinking, I'm going to let go of this now. And I put it into the fire. And it's like a ceremony to let go of the past. That's not giving you anything positive in your life. Let it go and leave it in the past. So I want to take this opportunity for you to experience this power and think, is there something that you carrying within yourself that you feel doesn't actually add any value to you? It drains you instead, or something that you are spending time on that's not benefiting you. It could be anything. Let's take a few moments to reflect on this. Close your eyes and see if there's something you like to let go of today. Okay. Take a deep breath. And write down what's come up. And if there's something that you feel like you want to let go of today, you can write it on small separate papers that you can burn after the session. Okay. Take a deep breath. Oh. If you feel like you want to make noises, don't suppress anything. Let everything out. It's important. Exactly like writing. Get everything out of your system. The more and more you do this, the less you will carry within you. That's not good for you. And the freer you will be and the quicker you will transform to the person that you truly are. We have to remember that we all are on this planet for a reason and we all are needed. So if you've now written something on the lap, on this piece of paper, then you can fold it, and after the session, you could either go out and just burn it with a lighter, or use a candle, or even start a fire in a place where it's safe, where you know you're allowed to. Yeah. With this saying that we all have a purpose and we all are unique and should find the power within who we truly are, that it brings us to the next challenge that I like to give you. And that is, do you behave in a way which isn't 100% you? Do you alter yourself to fit in with others? Do you adapt to the environment? Do you change your personality to fit whoever you're with? I want you to take a few moments to reflect on this, if you are adapting yourself in your ordinary life. Take a deep breath in and out. And write down what came to you. And dare to listen to your instinct. What was the first information that came to you? Is there something that you feel like you don't want to face? Dare to face it. Write everything down that you felt or tried to push away. Okay. Take a deep breath in and out. Yeah. Being a role model means to me that you are authentic, honest, yourself, that you dare to stand up for who you are without adapting. I believe that the more people that dare to be themselves, speak their truth, stand on the ground, no matter what, with their beliefs and their way, will be role models for others, and also it will work as rings on water. We will have an effect on other people in a positive way, helping them to dare to follow their inner feelings. And I think that's one of the quickest ways to make the world a better place, and also to help humanity to work out of love, self-love. To love yourself is the highest gift. And by loving yourself, you can also love others. So my inspiration to you is to really go inwards and ask yourself, how can I love myself more? Let's take a few moments to listen inwards to your answers. How can I love myself more? Take a deep breath and out. Now write down what came to you. Take a moment to write everything that came to you. How can you love yourself more? Deep breath. Well, you should really thank yourself for taking this time for you. This is truly self-love. To put aside an hour to go inwards and really listen to what your body is telling you. It's screaming for self-love, for most of us. Personal development is a journey. We will never, come to the final destination, but we will develop every day, and the more conscious decisions we can take, and the more we can take responsibility for our own lives without blaming anyone outside of us. the faster we will transform to the human, the person that we truly are. Totally amazing, all of us. So I like to leave you with a final question. Just gonna fix the fire first. So just take a few moments, stand up, move around a bit, maybe go and just grab a glass of water. And we will take the next question in a minute's time. It's very live, this. I like the natural way. Let's see. Okay, soon we will start with the final question. The silent webinar is coming to an end. Let's get some extra fire going to keep us warm to the end. Okay, I hope you had time now to stand up, move your body a bit, maybe get a glass of water or something to drink. Take a few deep breaths and have your journal with you, paper and pen, ready for the final question to inspire you to really believe in your intuition, the power of silence, nature, and the fire. Can all close our eyes. Sit straight. Take 3 deep breaths. If you had only 1 week left to live, what would you do? Deep breath in, breathe out. Open your eyes when you feel ready. Take your time. And now take a few moments to write down what came to you. Everything. Just write. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be in a specific order. Just get your thoughts, feelings, emotions down on your paper. Okay. I'm so proud of you all that's joining the webinar and that's taken this moment to really truly feel what your inner voice is telling you. It takes time to train the intuition, especially if you never listened inwards before. So for some people it can be that there's nothing that comes, and that's fine. There's no need to actually do anything or feel anything during a session like this. The most important thing is that you're willing and wanting to meet yourself. The more you practice this, the easier it will get and the closer you will get to listening to your intuition. So now I would like you to ask yourself, is there anything stopping you from acting upon what came to you? Take a few moments and listen to your answer. Take a deep breath. Take a moment to write down your answer. Is there anything stopping you from acting upon what came to you if you only had 1 week to live? deep breath. I want to inspire you by being a role model. So when I asked myself this question a few days ago, when I was running a session in Sweden, I got an answer that I haven't had before, and I've acted upon it. I got a very big challenge, but I acted on it. I'm on my way to dare to follow what my intuition is telling me. And guess what message I got? If I had 1 week left to live, my higher self, my intuition told me I should share my wisdom around the world. So that is actually why I'm running this webinar today for you. So I'm very proud of myself that I've acted upon what came to me, and I've taken it serious. I'm doing it, and I'm thinking, why shouldn't I? So I want to inspire you all to now write down the first step that you will take today or tomorrow towards the goal that has come to you. If you only had 1 week left to live, what would you do? Start acting towards it today or tomorrow, the latest. I wish you all a long, loving life where self-love is the number one in your life. That you being role models for all others to follow your path of being your authentic self, living in love with yourself and others. Thank you so much for watching, and now we will open up for questions and any thoughts that you like to share. Thank you so much.